right. Hello. Oh, there's a lot going on over there. Okay. All right. So I'm actually teaching a Zoom class for, well, kind of not exactly teaching, but 11 people, of course.
Hi, Queen.
Hello. How are you?
I'm well.
Okay. So all right, I'm going to wait. So I'm actually streaming live to YouTube right now because I want people to be able to benefit from this conversation. What do you need, Newton? You want to leave? Go on. Okay, so all of YouTube just got me picking a wedgie. That's fine. This is not a class, right? Like we're not going to be learning about Let me hit the record button over here anyway. Okay. So one, streaming live to YouTube because I want everybody to be able to benefit from this, and also recording a class here. Okay. All right. Oh, actually, before I do that, okay, everyone, I think when I do the recording, it'll be fine. But if you guys can change your names, be totally anonymous, because this is going to be shared, because I want people to be able to have, you can come on if you want. You can share your name if you want. But I want to be able to talk about some really difficult things, perhaps, whatever ends up coming up, about why we're struggling to be able to pass the exam. And so if you'd like to remain anonymous and make sure that nobody knows who you are, now's your time where you change your name. Like change it to anything. You can have it be A, B, C, whatever. Doesn't matter. I think when I do the recording and I upload it, that no one will be visible, because it should just be me, and I should just be able to hear your voices. So anyone over here on the YouTube channel, I am doing a session right now on Zoom that goes into the reasons about why people may be struggling to pass. So I'm going to be looking this way again. I'm going to be looking this way, but okay. So take the opportunity to change your name. You do not have to show your face or anything. So what I want to do in this session with you right now is talk about some of the reasons why we may be struggling to pass. And I want to be able to talk to some people. So if you're one of the people who would like to come on and like to be able to talk with me, if you can use the emoji to raise your hand so that I know you're the one who would like to go. And I'll go in order of whoever just raised their hand. So before we get started in having these conversations, I want to kind of set a preface for like what is happening and why we're doing this. Over the course of, I've been teaching how to pass the exam since 2017. So that's a pretty long time. That's 7 years. I've been helping people pass the insurance exam. And over the course of the years, there have been a handful of people who have done all of the studying. They've done everything they need to do, and they cannot pull off a pass. And when we dig into it and I start asking them questions about, why they may feel that they're not passing, initially there's usually some, well, I don't understand this or I don't understand that. But a lot of the times people, they actually do know everything. Like I could ask them, what does insurance mean? What does pure risk mean? I ask them all kinds of questions, and they seemingly know all of the information. But when they go to sit down to pass, they cannot pull off a pass. And there's been a handful of people that I've worked with throughout the years. And when they get to the point of like passing, and normally a lot of people take to about 3 times to be able to pass. But I was working with a bunch of people early on as the insurance exam queen. And I had this like program where they can work with me one-on-one. We would get on Zoom meetings. It was like very personalized tutoring. And every single person pulled off a pass the first time after working with me. But there was a person who struggled to actually pull off a pass multiple times. She was not able to pull off a pass, even though we were on Zoom together almost every single day. And I realized like I needed to talk to her more than just the exam. So I started probing and asking questions about her life, about her emotions, about everything that was going on. And come to find out she was carrying a lot of emotional weight left over from her childhood, where she was made to feel dumb and stupid and not recognized in the schooling system. And so she just had this belief that failing was just part of her destiny and part of, what it was. She had this belief system that she could not succeed based on how she was treated in the school system. Once we started talking about that and working through that and clearing that up, and I encouraged her to go to therapy. I'm not a therapist. I mean, I've been through a lot of therapy that people use me as a therapist, and I have, some experience there. But once she cleared that up, she was able to pull off a pass. And then I started doing and then I would do that when I would get a person and they're like, I'm doing everything. I'm studying so hard and I just can't pass. And I said, okay, this is where we're going to switch the conversation from understanding definitions to what is going on in your heart. What is going on in your emotional space? What is happening? And we dig deep, and then we usually find a root cause that is preventing a person from passing. So another example that I had was a woman who, she was telling me how excited she was. She already had a license and she was already making money. And she had this opportunity to start her own agency. And she's like, I don't understand why I can't pass this exam. I've tried over and over again. I just want to get my agency started and I need to be able to pull off a pass. And I started talking to her, and then come to find out she was actually deeply afraid of being able to pull off a pass. Oh, I didn't hit record again. Oh, I mean, it is recording on the other thing, but I need to hit record again. So she was struggling to be able to pull off a pass, and come to find out she was actually sabotaging her ability to be able to pass because she was afraid of having her own agency. She was afraid of what that would mean to be able to run her own business. So, and this is just a couple examples, but there have been a few different people that I've worked with. So it was on my heart to open up a conversation where we talk about the reasons why someone may be struggling to pass. So hello, everyone on YouTube. I'm actually focusing on the Zoom room because I have people live in Zoom, but I wanted everyone to be able to benefit from this conversation. So I have YouTube pulled up over here live. So let me go ahead. I'm going to turn record. And this, again, change your name, make it anonymous. Your video, your voice will be heard by everybody, but not your face, not your video. And I'm pretty sure your name won't be shown, but just in case, you can change your name because we might go into some deep stuff. All right. So let me hit record on this computer and make a clean recording here. All right. Hello, this is Melissa, your insurance exam queen. And this is going to be a session where we deep dive into some potentially emotional or mental reasons that people are struggling to be able to pass. Because it's not just about learning the material, knowing definitions. For some people, the exam is a way of allowing them to see that there is some belief, that there is some trauma, that there is some emotional resistance to being able to pass the exam, or potentially even sadness that wants to just be felt. As we go through our life, like some people have an understanding of this and some people don't. But when you go through life and you experience things, especially as a child, if you are not able to process those feelings and process those emotions, they actually store in your body. So a lot of us, especially if we have a difficult childhood or difficult situations in our childhood, if we never process them as children, the memories of that, the stress of that, the emotions of that are still in our bodies. And crying is one of the ways of actually releasing those emotions. And there's a lot of different things you can do. You don't necessarily have to cry, but I had one woman recently who she was doing all the studying. We were talking back and forth. I'm doing everything I can to help her pass. And she's trying multiple attempts, fail. And I helped her with all the exam stuff. But after a certain number of fails, I was like, okay, this is something else. And so she said, I failed again. It sucks so bad I could cry. And I said, perhaps you should cry. And I talked to her and I said, a lot of times when people are struggling to be able to pass this many times, it's related to an emotional or mental issue. What's going on in your life? Or what feelings do you have when you take the exam? And she completely ignored that. She didn't talk about it at all. And then the next question was something about, commissioner rules or whatever. Fail again. And then I was like, I brought it up again. I said, hey, this could be a time where you need to cry. Maybe you should cry. Maybe you should let out those emotions. She ignored it again. Fail. So then the next time we talked, I said, you have ignored me multiple times about talking about the emotions and the energy of this. I said, it is very likely that you will continue to fail this exam. Like there is something in your life there's something in your body that is wanting you to cry, and it is trying to provoke the crying through you failing the exam. And so one day she messaged me, she goes, I'm crying, the tears will not stop. What do I do? And I said, keep crying. I said, wrap yourself in a blanket, watch a sad movie, drink some hot cocoa, just take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself, like as if you're holding a sad, crying child. Just love on them, just be there for them. That's all you do. She did that. A week later, pass. Like it's sometimes it is that simple that we just need to be able to remove some emotions out of our body. So this is an open conversation where I've invited people to come in and talk to me. So I have 2 people right now who have wanted to raise their hand. So I'm going to call you Z. If you want to unmute and let's talk about your exam experiences. And so tell me about what exam you're taking and what's happening in terms of being like, what are you scoring? Like what's going on?
Okay, my name is Sakia, and I'm taking the life exam in Maryland through my employer.
Okay.
I've taken it 3 times, and I can't say one thing I have that I shouldn't done is I keep taking long breaks in between because I get discouraged when I fail. So I take like 3-4 months before I retest it again. And then when I retake it, I'm like, well, what in the world? Like, what do I need to focus on? So I only needed 70% to pass. But my last test I took, I got a 57. And I've taken it 3 times, by the way. And I think the ones I'm really struggling with is the state laws, the provisions, and annuities. I know those are the 3 main ones I'm missing, but I do feel discouraged when I come back and I fail it because like my coworkers know, and they're like, well, it's just so easy, and why do you keep failing it? And, it just kind of makes me feel like I'm stupid and I can't retain the information.
Okay.
I tried reading it, I tried writing it, I tried highlighting it and rewriting. Even I rewrote your slides from the thing when I bought the course from you. And it's just like, I just feel like an idiot because I haven't passed the test yet. And everybody else keeps saying, oh, I passed on my first try. I passed it this time. And it was so easy. Like, it just feels discouraging.
Okay. All right. So perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So you have taken it 3 times and you failed each time. First of all, let's address the fact that that's actually normal. It takes most people 3 times to be able to pass. But a couple of things that you said to me are, I waited a long time in between each one because I'm so discouraged, which means you get discouraged. Then you have to build your courage back up to be able to sit down and take it again. And then you do that, and then you take it again, and then you're even more deflated because you failed again. And so it's going to take, and then it takes you longer, I imagine, to even get the courage up to do it the next time. How long have the gaps been in between each test?
Like 3 or 4 months. And it's about to expire with my employer in January the 3rd. They're going to have to like renew it so I can try to take it again. And it was like, well, because one time I forgot I had the test and I was supposed to take it. So they're counting that time. So they're like, you've taken it 4 times, you're just not passing. We're going to have to keep renewing it. If you don't feel like it's for you, then you don't have to keep taking it. But I want to pass it, but I kind of feel like I don't have people encouraging me. They just keep saying, oh, it's so easy or this, third, but they're not trying to help.
Got it. Do you have siblings?
I got a baby sister. She's 11.
Okay. All right. For some, like a thought came into my head some reason. Do you have anybody who's like a sister or like anybody that you kind of grew up with?
Yes, I do.
And what is your relationship with them?
We're really close. We live in 2 different states because I don't live where my family live. So we don't talk every day or anything like that, but we are really close.
Is she successful, or has anybody ever compared you to her?
Well, let me say it like this. I can say like in my work office, people do compare like me to them.
Okay. I've been I'm feeling like this. So I'm also, something that I'm doing is, I have the gift of clear cognizance, which means I receive knowings from God. So like, I receive insight in my head, and I'm still learning how to dissect the information, but I've got this feeling of like, sibling. And what I mean is it was almost like a sibling rivalry type of thing, like a comparison So it's the knowledge that I receive isn't always spot on, but I start poking at it to figure it out. Okay.
I understand.
Okay. So you've got this comparison with the people in your office. So like, how many of them passed quickly and easily?
My manager and my 2 other coworkers said they also passed it on the first try.
Okay, so they've passed it on the first try. You're over here third, not close to passing with the 57. And so, okay. All right. Now, so first of all, it is normal to be able to take the exam multiple times. Yes. When you're taking the exam or when you're studying, what are some of the thoughts that are going through your mind?
I don't know if I really have any thoughts, but I do feel anxious, or I just feel like I'm not going to pass this. I don't even know why I'm trying, or what do I need to do, or what do I need to write, or how can I remember this? And when I taken the test, like the first time I took it, I was like, what in the world? None of this stuff is what I studied on here. It was like a totally different test. And then I took it the other 2 times. A lot of stuff that I studied was on there. But like I said, like the state laws was pretty much half of the test. So when I got to see a note, when I started seeing questions I didn't know, it started making me freeze up. Like I was like, Lord, I already know I'm going to fail this because I already don't even know some of these questions that I'm passing by on.
Okay. All right. So I think more than trying to, because there's some times where it's like we can point back to an experience in your childhood where someone made you feel dumb or stupid, and now you're carrying this belief that you're dumb or stupid. But I'm getting this message of like, you just need the strength and the courage to know that you can do this. Because you said, why am I even doing this? I can't do this. So you've said that to yourself multiple times, and yourself is going to prove to yourself that you're correct every time. So when you radiate the thoughts of I can't do this, or why am I even doing this, you're discrediting yourself, as you're going to take the exam. So what I would encourage you to do is harness the belief within yourself that this is for you and you are meant for this, and you will do it. You will do whatever it takes to make it happen. If this is what you want. So if this is what you want and you want to have this job and you want to be doing this, is this a great job for you? Like, what is the circumstances with that?
So the reason I'm taking it is I work in a loan office, and they want us to take a life insurance test so we can get a higher pay raise, and so I can be assistant manager. So I would get a better pay, and I would be able to work my way up to assistant manager. And I really want it. I have the skills for it, but it's the test, or me, I guess I would say, setting me back.
Okay. So first I want to share with you that if you're an assistant manager, you're going to be a leader, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of strength do leaders need to have?
Courage.
A lot of strength. Yes, they got to have courage. They got to have strength. So what perhaps might you be building as you fail and have to go again, and fail and have to go again, and fail and have to go again?
I would say courage, because I am trying, I'm doing it, and that's more than enough. Just getting out there and doing it, and
yes,
not saying like I can't even do this, but I'm actually doing it. I keep doing it, and I don't want to give up. But just maybe I just need to block them out. I don't know.
Yeah, when you're a manager, so I want you to take a moment and close your eyes if you need to. Visualize you have passed the exam. You have the manager position. You are now helping you're now helping people who are also studying for their exam, and you're getting a person who has failed. What are you going to tell them as the manager?
That you shouldn't give up, and if you need any help, some open-minded help, I'm always here to guide you. And even, I won't say this, but even if I don't know it 100%, at least I would try to assist.
Yes. So you're going to tell them to keep going, and you're going to provide help. So this is exactly the advice that you need to give yourself. I'm going to keep going, and I will find the help. I will find the answers of what it is that I need. So leaders are bridges, right? You're a bridge to people. As a leader, as a manager, you are leading people, and leaders are bridges, and bridges have to be tested. Because if a bridge is not sturdy, if it can't stand, if you crack under the weight of failing this exam, which most people, even Cody Askins is one of the biggest names in insurance. He failed 3 times. If he had let the failure knock him out, he wouldn't be who he is today. He wouldn't be like, I mean, he's massive in the insurance. So he's like the Tony Robbins of insurance. And he failed 3 times. So like if like leaders are bridges and bridges have to be tested, like that was part of his test to say, can you hold the strength that people are going to need when they're struggling to pass? Can you carry this on? So what I'm feeling like you're being called for is that you need to stand in your own power. You are comparing yourself to other people, which immediately diminishes your power. You are not to be compared with anyone. You are unique, you are amazing. There is absolutely no comparison to any other person around you. None. Because you are your own bright and amazing light. You yourself from within have to have the courage to say, I am going after this and I am getting this passed and I will have this manager position and I will be able to help and inspire other people. And I will do what it takes to get there. And I will stop waiting to take my exams. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to study. And if I fail, I'm going to reschedule the test immediately based on like, depending on what your score is. Like there might be like, if you're at a 56, like last time, I would say, give yourself a week. If you're like in the high 60s, I would say, give yourself a few days, but you're going to immediately schedule it again. You will not wait. You will not linger. You will not fall into a depression where you have to build yourself back up to take it again. You're going to say, I am doing this again, and I'm going to pull off a pass. Okay. So that's your biggest thing, is this: stop waiting, because you lose your momentum. You study, you get your momentum, you take the exam, and instead of using the score that you're receiving to give you insight about what you need to focus on for the next attempt, you lose all momentum. You drop it all. You say, I'm not meant for this. I don't even know why I'm doing this. You lose the information that you just studied for. Because let's be honest, the exam is not information you're actually going to need for your job. Your exam is learn it enough to pass the exam, and then you can let it go. And then the real studying will happen. So this stuff that you're learning for the exam is stuff that just needs to be crammed in your brain quick enough and linger enough for you to be able to pull off a pass. But once the pass is done, you can let it go. But every time that you wait those 3 to 4 months before the next attempt, you have lost all of your momentum. All of it goes. So you need to keep that momentum, and you need to be the one. You said no one is encouraging me. Why are you not encouraging yourself? You need to be the one. Leaders lead themselves. The best leaders are the ones who lead themselves. So you need to lead yourself, and this is creating for you to be the most amazing manager. I can feel it. I can see it, because you have such a big heart, and you know that other people need life spoken into them. You're asking for life to be spoken into you, and I'm doing it for you right now. Yes, but I need you to do it for yourself too. So you need to speak life into yourself and be the example of what it is to be an incredible leader, leading yourself so that you can be prepared to lead other people. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now, do you have the Gold Class Series package?
Yes, I bought it 2 times. I did buy it this 3rd time because I printed all your stuff out.
Okay.
I do have all this stuff printed out. I got you on YouTube too.
Okay. All right. Email the team and say, Melissa said to extend my access. Okay. And I'll tell them to look out for your name. So don't anybody just randomly do it. We don't really just extend accesses, but she's here. I'm speaking with her. So we're going to make sure you extend your access so that you can continue to watch the videos. You're going to schedule your exam immediately.
It's January the 3rd.
Perfect. You are going to go into that test knowing that whether I pass or fail, I'm going to continue to do this until I pass. And you're going to speak life into yourself every time you sit down to study. You are going to talk and you're going to visualize about being that manager. You're going to talk and visualize about how you're going to lead other people through this. You are going to set the example for yourself of what you're going to do as a manager. So you're going to lead yourself through this. Now, when you sit down to take the test, you have me in your mind. Use Melissa is here. She is with me as I'm taking this exam. If there is any answer I don't know, she's going to give me the insight, the nudge for me to pick a B, pick an A, pick a C, whatever the heck it is, and then trust your gut. Okay? So I'm pouring myself over you right now. I want to say I'm anointing you right now so that when you go to sit and take the test and there's any answer that you feel fuzzy on, go with whatever the heck your gut says. I am giving you the answers. Okay? trust it, choose your answer, and then move on.
Yes, I'm definitely receiving it all, and thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Do you have any other?
I needed that.
Good. Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am. I'm ready to listen to somebody else.
Okay, support@insuranceexamqueen.com, and we'll get you some extra access so that you can watch the videos. Now, in Maryland, it is a big one in state law. So do you still have your state approved course, or do you have a printout of the state laws?
Yes, we use 80 Banker.
Okay, focus on the state law section. Everything else, stick with the gold, and you should be good. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Sending you all the love and vibes to pass the exam.
Thank you. I received it.
Perfect. All right. Okay, Sarah, did you want to come on? Got your hand raised? Just unmute yourself. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and I'm from South Dakota. So I don't know if you ever have a student from South Dakota.
Yeah.
But,
yes, we have.
Okay. Yeah. I find you on YouTube, and I'm studying on exam effect, and I've been trying it. Actually, I went in 2 times and I failed. Like the first one was I did not even try to read. I was ignoring it. I thought it was something easy. So I went in there and I failed totally. So the second one, I come and sit and I read, and then I go in there and I fail again, like 56%. And then I was like, oh, hell no. So I came back and, I just find your YouTube channel and I've been watching it and listening to it. And I was like, okay, this could be something that can help me a little bit because English is my second language.
Yes.
So sometimes I don't understand the deeply word, like when I go in for the test, I feel like I'm ready, I feel like I'm ready. And when I go in for the test, I will totally forget everything, like an easy definition. I will forget it and I will be like, I know it, and I can't even remember,
Okay.
So this has been bothering me a lot, and I was like, okay, maybe Melissa can help me. What can I do to improve myself or to make it better to me?
Yeah.
Second to it, the practice the practice test, if I do it, and I get it wrong and I corrected it, and then if I come back tomorrow again and do the practice test, whatever I put wrong yesterday, I will be constantly the same answer that I picked yesterday was wrong, and I will be like fighting to myself, this is right, and then I put it again, but I corrected it yesterday. So and then when I come across it again, I will be like, choose my answer, the wrong answer before. So it's something that I don't know how to work out, but that's my struggle. Thank you.
Okay. You just started watching my YouTube videos since your last fail, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you failed twice, then you found me, and now you're watching my YouTube videos.
Yes, I found you before I tried for a second fail, but I was like, oh, okay, let me deal with my exam effect. And then when I failed for the second time, I was like, okay, let me try to focus on this YouTube of Melissa. And then I watch your YouTube, I watch it, and then I go ahead and purchase the gold. So, and I'm studying on gold right now. So, which is make it better. But I am still scared. Like, I feel like I'm ready to go. But on my mind, I feel like, okay, what about the system that when I get into the exam station, thing will be like going different way,
Okay. So one of the things, so big thing is, yes, language can definitely be a big barrier to being able to pass, because the exam, the way they write the questions and stuff is just not friendly to English is a second language or third, fourth, whatever language it is for you, right? If your first language is not English and you haven't gone to English school, it can be hard and difficult with even a normal person who has gone to an American schools for so long struggle with being able to read these questions. It's just extra worse if your first language is not English. Now, I personally have been a school teacher in Arizona where the majority of my children spoke Spanish as their first language. And so I am familiar with teaching people, like even like when I talk, do you see how much my lips move and how I emphasize my words? I'm doing that because it actually helps people who don't speak English as their first language, because when you see my mouth move and the way that I emphasize what it is that I say and the way that I use my hands, it's all part of being able to help people who do not speak English as their first language. So one, I want to provide you some comfort that since your last fail, now you have gold. Now you're watching the videos that as you go through the videos, they're going to help you significantly. And I want to make sure that you're, watch the videos, watch them more than once. Also write all the notes as I'm writing, write the notes. Okay. So do that to help you. The other piece of information that I want to give you, when you said, I feel like I know it, and then I sit down and I lose it, or something happens, I choose the wrong answer, whatever. You have to understand that fear in our bodies, and this is true for everybody. If you have any type of fear that you're struggling with, is fear in our bodies, in our minds, like fear. How do I explain this? As humans, we have not been upgraded in a while. So what I mean by that is fear in our bodies to us feels like a tiger is going to eat us. So go back to the days when we were like caveman status and we were living out in the wilderness and we didn't have houses and we didn't have guns and we were just up to the wilderness. Fear in our bodies registered as we are going to be eaten and we are going to be devoured by this tiger. So when you go to sit down to take the exam and you have fear about failing, your body is registering that fear as a tiger is going to eat me. Basically, you go into, I am about to die, or I am about to potentially die. That's the kind of fear that is swirling in your body, and it's releasing endorphin, it's releasing adrenaline, it's releasing the cortisol, because your body is like, any fear that we feel, even if it's like something little, like I'm going to drop my phone and crack it. Like, yeah, there's a fear around there. Yes, there's money that I'm going to have to spend, but is it life or death? No, absolutely not. But we feel life or death. That's how fear registers in our bodies. So it is very important that you calm your heart down when you sit down to take the exam. And so the next time you go to sit and take the exam, and you should practice this every time you sit down to study so that you can clear your mind. Because if you sit down with fear when you go to study, you're not going to be able to remember much. And if you sit down with fear when you go to take the exam, your brain is not going to be able to recall much. So every time you sit down to study, I want you to do a breathing exercise where you calm your heart down and you do some deep breaths and you let your body know that we are safe. No tiger is coming to eat us. We are not in a life or death situation. We're simply clicking around on a computer. We're clicking in some A, B's, or C's. No one is dying. So you need to be able to breathe, bring your heart down, bring your stress down, bring your adrenaline down, bring the cortisol down, and just take some breaths. So I would do like big, deep breaths, and you can Google and find some like breathing methods, like how to stop the anxious thoughts, or, how to calm my heart down, or, how to feel grounded, peaceful, whatever, resonates for you. But even just putting your hand on your heart, putting one hand on your belly, even as simple as that, just some deep, 3 to 4 deep breaths, or breathe in for like, there's even a method, like, I think it's like 4, 6, 8, like breathe in for 4, hold for 6, let out for 8, whatever, something like that. You've got to calm your heart down so that you're not in panic mode when you sit down. Because if you sit down to take the exam, and that's why all the answers leave your head, because your body says there's a tiger coming to eat us, and it doesn't want the head to analyze it. It wants the body to run. And so the head loses everything, every thought you had, everything you memorized, it's not available to you because the fear overrides it. And so that's why you can't access the information that you studied so hard for to put into your brain. So do some deep breathing as you sit down before you take your test. So 1, watch all the gold videos, take all the notes, watch them on repeat since English is not your first language. Every time you sit down to study, do a breathing exercise so that you feel calm, and then make sure you do the breathing exercise when you sit down to take the test. How does that feel? Do you have any questions?
Oh, thank you so much. This feel better, exactly. That's what I can try next time. And see how it goes.
Perfect.
And
another
otherwise, the goal is helping a lot, though. Yeah.
Yes, and it should. Yes, and if you already feel like you know the knowledge, it's probably the struggle of being able to read the questions, understand what they're asking, especially if you've been studying. Who are you using? Kaplan, ExamFX? ExamFX, I think you said. Yes. So they ask their questions a little bit harder than what you'll see on the state exam. But if you're familiar with that, and then you go read different questions that are worded a little bit differently, you can struggle a little bit. So once you hear me talking about it, the way I talk about it, the way I emphasize my words, I feel like it's really going to be a big difference for you. So breathe, calm your heart down, focus on gold. Another thing you can do is called like a scent anchor. Like if you have like your favorite smell, lavender is really good for keeping you calm. So like you can, when you go to if you can get some lavender and you wear a shirt, when you go to take the test, put some lavender on your shirt so that when you're sitting there, you can breathe in some lavender to calm yourself down so that you can stay. All the knowledge is in there. Like you said, you feel like you've got it. It's in the brain. It's your fear that pops up that prevents you from being able to access it. So if you can smell lavender, take some deep breaths, bring you back to center, you can access that knowledge that's in your brain.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Britney. I'm sending you all the loves and all the vibes. Or Sarah, all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. Or who is it? Wait. Yeah. Sarah, right? For some reason, I'm not seeing your name anymore. Yeah. But okay.
Yeah, it is Sarah.
All right. Britney's next. So that's why I said her name. But for some reason, your thing disappeared for me. But whatever. Okay. Thank you. Oh, it's because you unraised your hand, I think. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so Britney, and by the way, on the YouTube, so I'm actually live in a Zoom meeting talking with people, but I wanted everyone to be able to benefit from this. So I see your guys' comments, but I'm not fully responding to them right now. Okay, so Britney, talk to me. What's up?
Hello.
Hi.
So I'm in Indiana and I took the test twice now. I've been taking your videos, watching your YouTube videos, probably before my first test. Okay. I did the first test and I got a 63. I did the second one and I got a 60. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I feel like I am doing all the information, studying the stuff on Excel. And then I'll go to Precision and I'll look at the outline of what I need in Indiana. And then I'll watch your videos and I'll watch other people's videos. And I'm just constantly going through stuff. And I'm just like, when I get to take the test, it just seems like I get there and, oh my God, like my brain is just fart. Like I have anxiety of taking tests because I am scared of failing. I am like scared of being a failure. So with me, I know it's personal. I've prayed about it. I've cried about it. And I just don't know. I know I have 4 chances to take and I'm at my second one.
So do you have one left or 2 left?
I have 2 left.
Okay. All right. So 1, you have pressure, because Indiana only allows you 4 attempts in probably a year, right? You'd have to wait a year to refresh.
I don't even know about that. I just know I had 4.
Your job. Okay. Your job. Okay. Is it your job that's setting up the 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And what does this job mean to you?
It means a lot to me because it's like another step for me doing what I used to do. I used to work at a factory. So now it's like I'll be doing life insurance. I'll be talking to people and like I love to help people. Like I used to do home health days. So I'm used to taking care of people. So it's like, I want to do that, but it's just so nerve wracking. And the test, it makes me so nervous. My hands get so sweaty. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So you want this job. It's going to put you back into something that you're familiar with. It's going to get you out of the factory. So it feels amazing, but you have this pressure on yourself to be able to pull off the pass. And do you feel like there's any external people or external situations that are implying extra pressure here, or is this just you?
Well, I recently just had a foot surgery. I had to tear my Achilles, so that's a part of it. Before I started working at the life insurance, I was doing another job and I got scammed out of that job. So it's just like a whole bunch of personal stuff on top of trying to take this test.
Okay.
Oh, Melissa, I don't know. I need a fairy tale. Like, I need a blessing, like now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can give you a blessing. We can dig and find out, but I can also just give you a blessing if you want.
I need both.
Okay. So what does feel of failure? What does it mean to fail?
Just me, like, to fail. Like, I don't know, like, to give it my all into practice and then to know that I failed is just so heart-wrenching and draining. Like, I don't know. Felt like I didn't, I don't know, like a failure.
When did you first feel failure in your life?
Probably as a kid.
Do you remember the situation?
No, not really. Probably just not being up to par with everybody else that I was hanging around, or, you know what I mean? Being around them, like looking at them and saying, why I don't have this or why I can't do that, or, you know, so probably just taking a part of me right now.
Okay. Why, when you see fail on the test, does that mean you're a failure?
No, it doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means that I have to try harder. Like, I have to, I don't know, set aside this to focus on this, but I know that I can do it because I'm like, if I'm doing all this studying and I'm literally waking up and I'm doing the videos and I'm doing the test and I'm like going to bed and I'm doing it, I'm on the toilet, I'm doing it, I'm driving, I'm doing it. It's like if I'm constantly watching these videos and constantly going over the stuff that I know that I'm failing at the test, I don't understand why when I get to the test, it just seems like it just goes out the window. So
do you have a lot of fear when you sit down to take it?
Yes, I am scared of tests. I do not like no test. No test.
Okay. So did you have a test experience when you were younger that was bad for you?
Yes, school. I never liked the test. Driving test, I didn't like that. Like, all of it.
Okay. So it's just very possible that you just have test trauma, test phobia, whatever you might want to call it. So you're like, I got to try harder, but maybe it's not trying so hard and actually relaxing. So you have the test itself is like your dragon that you're needing to slay. And you just need to, you said you're living and breathing this stuff. And so it's like, you know, that you have the information, you know, like, do you feel like you know it?
Yeah. Like, even if I failed the test, like the first time I failed the test, I took my paper and I was like, okay, I failed it on social insurance. Okay, let me go do some social insurance. Okay, commissioner. Okay, let me go see what the commissioner is. Like, I started going to the videos and starting to, like, you know, so when I go back to it, but then when I went back to take the test again, it was like all the questions that I studied wasn't even on there. I'm like, oh my God, they switched it up on me. Got it. Okay.
They can do that, yes. But I think this is just the fear of the test itself. The fear of the test itself can be enough to put you in a headspace that will cause you to fail. So for you, I think you've got to focus on the test itself as being the dragon that you need to slay. And so it comes down to deciding that you are bigger than the test. The test is not bigger than you. You get to be the one who chooses the direction of your life, not some exam. And I would encourage you to even dig into, like, the driving test. What happened with that? What's the story there?
I had to take my permit a couple times and then my driver's test a couple times. So it's kind of just, I don't know, just scary.
You know, it's funny. I have an older daughter that I adopted, and she failed her driver's test multiple times. But in Arizona, when you paid to take it, you got like 4 attempts or something. And so you just come back with your receipt or whatever, and you can take it again. And one day I had to go to the DMV to take care of stuff, and we were there, and I'm like, hey, you have another attempt. You might as well take it. And she's like, I haven't studied in a while. I'm like, I know, like there'd be no pressure. Just go and take it, see what happens. She fucking passed. And she hadn't cracked the book open in a while. So for her, it was the pressure of the test prevented her from being able to pass. So I feel like that could be what it is for you. Because you just said no test. I don't like no test. I don't want no test. I've had bad experience with tests. I don't want a test. So you're sitting here admitting this. I hate tests. I hate tests. When you have to take a big test. So then you go to take the big test and the test is like, well, you hate me. I hate you. Fail.
Yes. Oh my Lord, Melissa.
So you need to start emitting something else. You've got to switch your mindset and your frequency. So this could require some meditation. This could require the breathing exercise, but ultimately this comes down to you need to decide that you're bigger than the test. You need to decide that there is no test that you can't pass. And you need to own that. And you need to say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. The test is a simple thing. Click, click, click. It ain't nothing that's going to knock me out. Can't be nothing that knocks me out from what it is that I want. And I don't know if you heard the earlier conversation I had, but leaders are bridges and bridges are tested. Life is a test itself. And this is an opportunity for you to decide, like, do you have kids?
Yes, ma'am.
What would you tell them if they're like, I need to pass this test for the thing that I really, really want? It's going to change my life.
What would you have to keep on trying? You keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying. Because you will make it.
Yes. Yes. And even if this job is not the job, if you only get 4 attempts with them, that's fine. What that means is it's not in alignment with you. And there's another one that is in better alignment with you. And failing that exam allowed you to be able to shift to a different direction. So one, I want you to remove the pressure. There's no pressure about this job because there is a plethora of insurance jobs. I just talked to David DeFord, who is he works remotely. He sells life insurance. It's one of the most amazing opportunities I've ever heard of. You get your license, you sign up to work with him. He trains you. And then when you're available, you turn your computer on, you say, I'm willing to take calls. Phone calls come to you. You read the script that's on the screen that he has provided with you. You close the sale, you sell, you make money. And then when you're done, you turn your computer off. You don't have to find leads yourself. You don't have to do anything other than do his training, get on your computer for about 15 to 20 hours a week. And he's had people making $30,000 a month, 15 to 20 hours a week. So if the opportunity you have right now is not for you, then maybe it's this one. Maybe you're supposed to fail so that you can have this conversation with me right now and learn about his opportunity. Because he has a beautiful, I'm like, oh my God, if I was doing life insurance again, I'd want to work with him. Like, that's so simple, so easy. All you have to do is turn on the system. There is I think you have to buy the system or something, like it's a fee to get it on your computer. It's like $35, I think he said. But then David DeFord, he's on my YouTube. Somebody just asked, what's his name? He actually has a YouTube channel too, the Dig Agency. And he helps people sell final expense. And it's a policy that people really need. You said you worked in home health aid. Like, like when you have elderly people or, when they die, you need money to bury them, cremation, final restings, you need about $5,000 to $10,000, $20,000 to pay for all the funeral expenses. That's what final expense is. Everyone needs it, unless you have a bunch of money saved in the bank. Everybody needs this. And for a small fee, you can have this protection so that when your loved one passes, all the funeral stuff is taken care of. It's all paid for. It's all taken care of with this policy that I'm selling you. Final expense is like a one and done sale. You take the phone call, you lead them through the information, the script that he's provided you, and then you sell, and then you're done, and then that's done. And then he even has a retention team that if that person were to struggle with paying the bill or they want to cancel, someone else will handle that so that it doesn't fall back on you. Like it's in a beautiful, beautiful system. So there's always another opportunity. The whole point of me talking about that is there's always another opportunity available to you. So I'm trying to stress that even if this 4th attempt is a failure, it doesn't mean you're done. Does it mean you're done?
No, but I'm just like, I didn't put so much money and time into this. Because I had to pay for the course and I had to pay to start the license and everything. and I have to pay to take the test every time I take the test.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Melissa.
How long have you been going at it?
I just finished my completion of my course in November.
So
like November 4th, and then I took the test. I haven't took the test at all this month. I took it twice in November because I'm just so like on the fence.
When did you start studying?
Well, I've been doing the course let me see, when did I even start the course? I think I started the course in like September, October.
Okay.
And then I had completed the course by
so
November.
We're talking less than 6 months of time, and that license and I can tell you is the equivalent of a college degree. So anything less than 4 years is pretty good. Like, reframe your mind. Reframe what you're thinking. This is the equivalent of a college degree. People will make more money. I have made more money with my insurance license than I ever did with my 4-year degree. My
and
insurance.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Yes.
I'm looking at it like I'm going to make way more money than what I am making at the factory. Like, I don't have a GED or anything. So it's like I didn't already watch people that says that they didn't have any of that and they are making so much money as a life insurance agent. I'm like, I want to be them. I need to be them.
You are them. You are them. You get to be them. Do not allow this test to be bigger than you. You are bigger than the test. Every day I need you to sit and visualize that you are a dragon, and for whatever reason, dragon is coming to me. I don't know why, but you are a dragon, and you are the knight, and you are slaying the dragon of the test. I need you to defeat the exam in your mind before you sit to take the exam. So I need you to do some sort of practice where you're visualizing and you are feeling bigger. I want you to feel big. I want you to sit and visualize when you go to sit down to take the test that you grow bigger and bigger, and the computer becomes so small that you can squish it. You need to make yourself bigger than the test. You have made this test bigger than you. And you've got to
sometimes when I go to sleep, I still think about the questions in my sleep. Is that weird?
No. It's because it's frustrating you that you know it and that you can do it, but that you've closed the door because you hate tests.
Okay.
It's not weird at all. So this for you is going to be a mindset piece. This for you is rewriting your story that tests are bad. You're going to write a story that tests are the most amazing thing because I took a test that utterly changed my life and I'm making 6 figures. I'm changing my life. I'm changing my children's life, and I'm helping people with their family and their whatever it is, life insurance that you're selling. You are taking care of families. So not only are you taking care of families, you're taking care of your family. What is it going to mean if you are making $10,000 a month?
Oh man, I'll be like on top of the world. Like, what? Just off that little bit, because I'm just used to making 2-3 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a big old step, like a whole mile run. Like, I am there. Like, I want to be there. Like,
Okay. So every day I am visualizing slaying the dragon of the test. I am bigger than the test. I am bigger than the test. And then you are sinking into the visualization of what is it going to do to you to be able to make that money, and how is it going to impact you and your family. When you make your why bigger than the thing you have to get through, you're going to be able to get through it.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
You feeling good?
Yes, I feel a lot better. So if I pass it, well, maybe not if I pass it. When I pass it, Melissa, when I pass it, ain't no if. When I pass it, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Yes. There, you just did it. That's exactly what you need to do. You said, nope. I'm correcting that. I'm fixing that. I am passing it. That's exactly where you want to be, exactly the right track that you're on. You are bigger and badder than this test.
Well, thank you.
You're so welcome. Here's your blessing. I'm sending you all the lows and vibes to pass the exam. I have faith in you. I have trust in you. I am giving you the answers that you need. I am giving you the courage and the momentum and the energy that you need. I am filling you up. I want you to receive that. And I want you to be the big ass dragon slayer. And I want you to pass that exam. And I want you to sell life insurance. And I want you to change your entire family future. You ready?
Yep.
Got it. Good.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. AJ. Are you available? Yep, there you go. AG, sorry. I'm dyslexic sometimes. All right, can you hear me? I can't hear you if you've said anything. All right, you're unmuted, but I'm still not hearing you, so I don't know. I don't know if you're talking or not, but I'm not getting anything. Okay, so AG, are you in the chat? Can you tell us if you're trying to talk? Because nothing's happening. I'm not hearing anything. Okay, not sure what's happening with AG, but I will move on to, I can't, oh, I can hear you, but I can't hear you. Are you talking? I can hear you. Are you saying anything? I'm talking. Okay, I can't hear. Check your settings on what your microphone is. So like on the audio thing, there's, if you're on your computer, you can click the little up arrow. If you're on your phone, it looks a little bit different, but you got to find out what your microphone is set at because I'm not getting anything from you. I'm hearing zero sound from you. So check into that. And right now I'm gonna go to Lisa right now. So I'm gonna mute you, AG. Try to check your settings, and then we'll try again. All right, Lisa, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So tell me what's going on.
So mine's a little bit different. I'm taking the PNC adjusters test in January. I tried 4 times 2 years ago with my job, and I failed it. And they keep on asking me to go be an adjuster, but like I have to do this test again, and it scares the crap out of me.
Why does the test scare you?
Because I don't want to fail again.
What does failing mean?
That I don't get the promotion.
Okay, so you will have a promotion when you pass this test. But
Right.
why is the feel of failure feel so big?
Because I've always done really well in all the positions I have been in.
Okay. So and what kind of student were you?
Average.
Okay, so you've done well, but you went through this experience of not being able to pass. You gave what made you give it up last time?
They said that if I didn't pass, I would actually lose my job with the company that I've been with for 8 years. And thankfully, I asked my old boss to take me back in, and they said, yeah.
But like, why did you stop trying to take it? The first, because you took it and then you failed and then you stopped trying to take it, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay, so why did you stop taking it then? Why was there a 2-year gap?
Oh, just because I got another promotion after that, and I just that was kind of like in the back of my brain, I guess. And then I got asked again to take it again, like I think it's like in November.
Okay. Now I'm so sorry. Have you taken it again this round and you've still failed, right?
No, I haven't taken it again yet. I take it in January.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start studying here soon with your information.
Okay.
But it just scares me.
Okay. What will this promotion mean to you?
Everything. Like, it's what I want to do. It's what I've been wanting to do since COVID when we came home.
Okay. So this promotion is everything for you and it's riding on this test.
Yes.
And how does that make you feel?
Scared.
Keep going. I feel scared because
I don't want to fail again and let people down.
Who are you letting down?
Me.
How does that feel to talk about?
Hard.
Mm-hmm. Are you letting yourself down? Are you putting your best foot forward with studying?
Yeah.
So you know that you're doing the work, you know that you're studying, but it's not showing up on the exam.
Correct.
And you feel like you're letting yourself down.
Yeah.
So you're doing the work, but you're still putting yourself down.
Yes.
Do you see how that might not be the most serving to you?
Right.
What is this position going to be with the promotion?
It'll be an adjuster, liability adjuster.
And this will be like, you'll be able to go out to claim, like it'll just be you working. You won't have a team or anything, or?
It'll be working from home, where when you call in a claim for an accident, I would go over a liability decision with you.
Okay.
And see who's at fault.
Okay. So for me, what I'm receiving is that you need to, similar to what we just talked about, you need to be speaking life into yourself. You need to decide, like, the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you feel about yourself. You're doing all of the work, but you're still putting yourself down. You just said, right. and you've made a fail on the test mean that you're a failure. But the word fail on a piece of paper does not mean you're a failure, but you're using it as that. You're using it as that to stay small, or to take away something it is that you want. You want this promotion. You want to be able to do this. You just said this is everything. But like, there's this phrase that I really love, like, especially about children. We tend to make people feel bad so that they, in a way to make them feel better. Like, we shame people as if somehow that's going to improve their behavior. Why did you do that? You're so bad and naughty. Why would you do that? You should be ashamed of yourself. And then we're trying to make that person feel bad so that the next time they behave better. But do you think that effectively works? Like, to make a person feel bad to get them to do better?
No.
If we want to get them to do better, we have to speak life into them. And so you've got to change the words that are going on in your head, the way that you speak about yourself, the way that you feel about yourself. I am studying so hard. I am so excited about the information that I'm learning. I am filling my brain with all kinds of amazing information that's going to help me in my future career. I'm such the perfect person to be learning about this and to be in this promotion. Is that the way you're speaking to yourself? Or is it more like, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I can't figure this stuff out, I'm going to fail again, I'm going to look like an idiot again. I already did this 2 years ago. I made a fool of myself. Now I'm going to do it again. And if I fail, like, which one are you speaking to?
A bad one.
Yeah. So you need to change the language that's in your head. You've got to decide. And when those thoughts come in, you say, no, I am not available for this type of thinking. I am not available for this. This is an old story. That was my past. This is my future. My future celebrates when she studies, celebrates that she is going after what she wants, celebrates this promotion. I want you to throw a party for yourself that you got the promotion before you even sit down to take the test. Throw a party. Yes. The energy of you celebrating is going to serve you far better than the energy of you thinking that you've failed. I want you to reward yourself with the fact that you not just got the pass, but that you got the promotion. I want you to throw a party as if it's already happened. Because if you can anchor into the feelings of it's already happened and use that to empower your language, it's going to change the game for you. You're anchoring into the past where you had a track record of failing and dropping the ball because you let it go. You didn't do it again, where you have to beg for your position back. How defeating is that? That's defeating. You're tapping into that energy. I want you to tap into the energy of where you're promoted and you're doing this job that changes everything for you. So if you celebrate receiving that job and having that promotion, like, I got the job, I got my promotion, I'm so excited, I'm so happy. Tap into that energy, not the energy of the defeat from the past. Do you feel like you can do that?
Yeah. Does
that feel good?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. And work on those words. If you're feeding yourself yucky words, you're going to get yucky results. If you're feeding yourself awesome words, you're going to get awesome results.
Now, is there such thing as too much studying?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There is such a thing as too much study where you've overwhelmed yourself. If this is where you have to relax and you have to trust. Because remember, I in the last call, I just talked about my daughter was so stressed about passing the driver's test. She failed. She let it go for a while, went to take it again, passed, because she removed the pressure off herself. You're going to have to battle that too, which means your words you're feeding yourself have to be extra strong. But it's whatever ends up happening. This is key for anybody. Whatever ends up happening, you have to trust that it is serving you for the better. There was a position when I was teaching. So I used to teach for Exam FX, right? I was working for them, teaching people how to pass the exam, and I was making somewhere around $60,000 a year teaching people how to pass the exam. And I wanted obviously to make more money than that. I mean, I was celebrating the $60,000 a year because that was like double a normal teaching salary because I used to be like a school teacher. But I wanted to be able to make more. And I also wanted to do a YouTube channel. Like I had the desire to do this before I started doing it. So there was a company that was an actual call center. And I had worked for them multiple times via Exam FX. Like they would hire Exam FX to have me come out and to teach. And they opened a position where they were hiring someone to be in-house, right? Like they wanted to hire, instead of using Exam FX all the time, they wanted to hire a person that would just be there to help people pass the exam. And somebody sent it to me and I was like, yeah, but they're kind of a crazy company. I wouldn't want to work for them. But I guess maybe if it was a 6-figure job, I'd do it. So they're like, we'll find out. So I called, because I already knew them. They knew me. And I said, what is the pay for this? They said 90 to 100,000. I was like, shut up. I was like, that is my job. Like, that's 100% my job. I'm like, one, they already know me. They already love me. This job is my job, no doubt in the world. I was like in the bag. I was like, let's just sign the paperwork. We don't need to go through the interviews. You already know me. You already know the results I have. You hire me to come out all the time via Exam FX. Like this is a done deal. That's how I felt in my mind. I spoke so much life into myself that this was my job. And the fact that I had said it's $100,000 job, I'll take it. And they said 90 to 100. I'm like, done. So I start talking to them. I go through the interview process and they're like, we don't want you. And there was something with the hiring manager, something was weird. It was weird. Like it just didn't go through. Not at all like what I thought. But until the end where it got weird, like there was no point in me that thought that job wasn't mine. It was my job. Like every cell in my body believed that job was mine, which is why I'm telling you to celebrate your promotion now. Because what ended up happening, and then the other thing too, was I started building more of the idea about my YouTube channel because they were a call center, not an exam prep company. So in my mind, it was like, if I can start working for them, I would have no conflict of interest and I could start my exam prep channel. I can help people pass the exam because I'm no longer working for an exam prep company. So I was like building the idea, like I'm going to have the YouTube channel. I'm going to work at this job. It's going to be 6 figures. It's going to be amazing. I started creating all these plans in my head about what I was going to do. And then it didn't happen. But what did happen was I raised my frequency and my ability to manifest. Like the very first year that we became the insurance exam queen business, $136,000. That's what we made as the insurance exam queen. I made a 6-figure. I had the belief that I should be making 6 figures because I had believed that job was mine. So in the first year of business, I made $100,000. Of course, it was already anchored in my body that was mine. So like by you celebrating your promotion, you're anchoring it in your body that job is yours. And so everything has to move out of its way. Everything will move out of your way. And that opportunity was technically a fail. Like it didn't happen, but something even better happened. And that's the main point of this. Is that whatever happens in your life, if you feel like you've lost an opportunity or you feel like whatever, like you have to trust that on the other side of that, there's something even better, something even more magical, something even more awesome is on the other side of that. And that is 100% true for me especially in that situation, because it's so much better being able to do what I do now as the insurance exam queen and not work for a crazy call center that I didn't even want to work with to begin with. I only was just like, okay, if they're going to offer me 100,000, then yes, I'll do it. But I'm so glad it didn't work out. I'm so glad that opportunity didn't happen. That was like sometime in September. And then it was December where I made the decision that I was going to quit and be the insurance exam queen the following January. So like that opportunity came to me, one, to raise my belief that I should be making 100,000 minimum. And then also to really ignite the idea about my YouTube channel. And then it came to fruition, a few months after that. So that missed opportunity actually was amazing, right? Like, I'm so glad that happened. So I know you've been with this company for 8 years. You have some attachments to it, but like, if you were to lose this job, it means that something even better is on its way. Something even better is going to show up. And when you believe that, it becomes your reality. Like, we do not understand the power of our minds. What you believe to be true is true. So if you believe that you cannot pass and that you're going to fail and it's not for you, guess what? Evidence, fail. It's true. But if you believe that you're going to pass, if you believe that the best job is coming to you, if you believe that you have the power, evidence, pass. It's true. Whatever you believe to be true is true. And you can change what you believe. That's what most people miss about being a human on this planet. What I believe to be true is true, and I can change what I believe. You have the power to change what you believe in your head. I used to believe that I was going to be a poor teacher for the rest of my life, that teachers only make 30, maybe 50,000 a year after 20 years of working if you get a master's degree. Like a teacher in Arizona, very underpaid. I had a belief that I would be that anyone who is a teacher should never expect a lot of money. I now make millions. I make millions now as a teacher. I changed what I believed to be true. I used to believe that teachers should not make a lot of money. They don't make a lot of money. And now I am a very highly paid teacher who struggles to spell. I don't even spell that well. Like, what we believe to be true is true, and we can change our beliefs. So make a decision about what you want to believe to be true and repeat that belief to yourself over and over again. Celebrate as if you've already gotten it. And if you celebrate, you throw a party for this promotion and you don't get it, again, it's not about this exact job. It's about you anchoring into the frequency, the vibration of celebrating that you've gotten something that you've wanted. And what you want will show up. It may not look exactly like you thought, but when you open yourself up to the miracles of what's possible, something even better can show up for you. And that's what happened with me. So how are you feeling?
Great. I think I got it.
Okay. All right.
No, I do have it.
Thank you for fixing that. Fix the words you're speaking to yourself. Feed yourself good food, good thoughts in your mind. Okay. You got this. I'm sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. You are amazing. Let me know when you pass. Okay. AG, you want to try again? I kind of hear something. Are you there? I hear like some sounds, but I'm not getting anything really. Are you there, AG? Trying again? Are you trying to talk? Can you let me know in the chat? Okay. Trying. Okay. Okay. Try another way. Maybe call in instead of using your computer or your phone audio. But I'm going to skip to Amber and then we'll try again. Okay. Try one more round. I'm going to go to Amber if you're here, Amber.
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Hi, Melissa. So I just recently, well, for one, I purchased my Excel for, what was that, November 18th. So my Excel course actually expired the 18th of this, so what, yesterday or today, whatever today is, or
A month from now?
So, yes, a month from now.
Okay.
I haven't taken the course or taken the exam yet. Not gonna lie to you, I went through it, just like skipped through everything on the Excel course. So right now, the only thing that I've been really kind of just like retaining is your videos and everything. So,
What state are you in?
Texas, property and casualty.
Okay. All right. So you have not actually tested yet.
I haven't.
Are you afraid of testing? Like, why are you like, I'm just curious, why are you here? Because technically, this was a I keep failing help class, but you're here. So I'm trusting it.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just scared because for one, I haven't taken a test in I don't know how long. And I think, just for me, I'm scared, and I'm just trying to see as far as like the main portion of what I need to be studying for the Texas, when it comes to Texas.
So Texas is gold is, you don't need to worry about Excel at all at this point. It's expired, whatever, let it go. Gold, property and casualty, and gold, life and health in the state of Texas is absolutely all you need. And we have people who use gold in Texas who score in the 80%.
Okay. So as long as because like I said, I have until now, I do have my full-time job right now. So as far as like hours of studying, it's been a little tricky for me. But as far as like, are you able to give like a recommendation of how many hours I would need to study at least every day?
I mean, you have a month. I mean, it is possible that you can study all of this in a weekend and pull off a pass the next day. So since you have a month to go, I mean, you don't need to cram a bunch of stuff in, but the big thing is that you're going to need to keep it current in your mind. So I don't necessarily have a recommended amount of study, but you need to keep it fresh. You need to keep it in your mind as you go and just build on your knowledge.
Okay. Well, yeah, I want to, because I am scared. But as far as the test goes, I'm just pretty scared about it. But
what are you scared about?
That I'm gonna fail, mainly just like what everyone else is saying. Like I'm gonna fail, and not for me. I think like I'm gonna lose my job, and it's this whole thing. Like, yeah.
Okay, so with everything that I just talked about on the last call, can you transfer that to yourself?
Yes.
That what is meant for me cannot be taken from me. It gets to be this or something better. So even if I lose this opportunity, it means something better is on the horizon.
Yes.
And then to start feeding yourself wonderful words instead of feeding yourself scary words.
Okay. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Yes, and I would also encourage you to listen to, I have on the YouTube channel, I have about to study motivation audio and about to test audio, and then also getting pumped to pass audio. If you can listen to if you can, every time you sit down to study, you're excited to study, it allows you to retain the information a lot more. If you sit down to study and you're bored, you're angry, you're mad, you're frustrated, you're scared, you're not going to be able to retain the information a lot. So you have to be able to retain it for a full month as you're going through it. So you need to make sure that when you're studying, you feel excited to study, that you're building yourself up for this new opportunity, and that you feel good as you're heading into studying.
Okay.
So definitely listen to that audio. And it's in the gold too. It's like one of the first few videos in gold. Like, it's on YouTube. Everyone has access to it, but you can easily just jump to it in the gold course. It's the first video there. Listen to that every time you sit down to study.
Okay, thank you. And I've been listening to that video, so it does help. So again, I appreciate you.
Yep, and gold is all you can go, if you need evidence, you can go to my Google review page. You can search Texas, and you will see so many people say, I only used gold in Texas and passed with an 80, 90%. It's wild. It's like gold was written for Texas. It's crazy.
Okay, and last question, do you happen to know, so like, would you recommend because I just don't want to overdo myself, would it just be okay to just go through the videos, or like, would you recommend like the flashcards as well, or like, or like, what all would recommend that would be beneficial?
The minimum I would say that a person should do is watch my videos and write what I write. If you can do that, then that's powerful. Now, if you need extra help, that's when we do the flashcards. We do the drilling of the flashcards and stuff like that. But if you can at least watch and write the notes that I write. Now, if there's times where it's like I'm driving or whatever, listening is still helpful. We have numerous people say, as long as I can listen to what's happening and sink it in, but then you should also, like, you should maybe listen to the video twice. You got a whole month anyway. Listen to it once, either taking notes and then listen to it like background, or listen to it once background, listen to it with actually taking notes. Do it twice.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Yep, you're so welcome. I'm sending you all the lows, all the vibes to pass your exam on a first time pass. Trust yourself, speak life into yourself. You've got this.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Yes, Nicole, gold is 97. Yes. Does gold have Minnesota state law? No. Gold is a supplement to any course. Like, technically, you're supposed to get like ExamFX, Excel, Kaplan, 80 Banker, whatever. And then gold will supplement that so that you can watch my videos and skip the reading inside your course. If you have not gotten a course yet, like that, then if you use a link that I have for Excel, you can get Excel for $9 off, and then you can get gold for free. But that only works if you have not already purchased Excel or anything else. But most people just do gold. Giselle, I renewed the membership. Yes, perfect. You said if you have the membership with Peter and you're feeling good on the YouTube channel, that's great. If you want extra support, you can definitely get the gold too. But Peter's stuff is gold in my mind. Like, he made those videos making his version of gold. So you don't have the notes and you don't have quiz questions. So if you want some of that, you can purchase my gold and have access to that. But if you're feeling good with his videos, then stick with what you've got. Okay, that was answering it. I got YouTube over here too. Okay. Gold is good for every state. Gold is helpful for everyone in every state. It covers the most common, most tested topics in a way that's easy to understand, common language, lots of metaphors, lots of examples, and it's perfect. It's great for anybody studying through the exam. All right, AG, we're going to try again. Are you there? All right. AG, can you chat me your phone number and then I'll call you? And you can even leave the Zoom if you need to. Okay. All right. Let me call you. So we'll try it this way. Okay, here we go. I keep saying AJ. You're AG. Sorry.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, mute your Zoom meeting so you don't hear me twice.
Right. How's everything? Thank you so much for calling me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so tell me what's going on.
Okay. My name is Mo. I live in New York. I've been trying to take this exam since July 15, 2023. I believe that's when I joined your classes.
Okay.
But I kind of went overseas for a little bit. Then I came back. I went to take these classes for about 3 times. But the first time I kind of got like 32, I believe. I got score 37. Then I got 45. Then the last time I got 60. Then I kind of give up after that. Do you
see the growth that you just said?
Yeah, because I feel like every time I retake the exam. Yeah, I got a higher score and everything.
Yes.
But, the third time, the computer, I kind of like ran out of time. The way they write the questions is kind of, it's like you literally have to understand the questions very well in order for you to answer. And I can't just memorize answers and questions. I kind of person like I have to understand everything in order for me to answer it. When I watch your videos, it actually kind of helped me a lot to understand most of the parts of the insurance. But I kind of, when the first time I took it, it was nothing about workers' compensation at all in New York. Like, I did not see this in the exam. Neither anything regarding life insurance. Then on the third time, actually, when I took it, that's when I find out I see a lot of questions about workers' compensation and about life insurance, which is I'm only trying to take the property and casualty 1756 in New York State, but I don't know what else I can do besides that. I'm not really understand the like most of there is so many stuff that I don't understand, but I keep watching your videos.
Okay.
Stop.
Go ahead. What was your first score? 37?
It was 37.
Okay, what was the second score?
45.
Okay, 45 to 37. Okay, you grew 8 points. What was your your most last recent score?
It was 60.
60?
Correct, yeah.
From 45, which means you gained 15 points. And then you quit?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, I just came back. I just got back from overseas. But when I came back, I kind of wanted to. My job kept pushing me to have the agent license, and I kind of renewed my registration with you again yesterday. So I kind of like I sat with myself and I decided to take it one more time. And if I failed, I don't know if I'm gonna retake it again. I just want to give it to one more shot. But,
okay. I need you. Okay. You grew 8 points and then you grew 15 points. And now you're only 10 points away. You already know how to grow 10 points. You have proven it.
Yeah.
Every time you're doing this, you're getting better and better and better. It's like you almost know you're going to pass the next time, but for some reason you decided to sabotage all of it and cut it off.
I mean, I didn't decide that. It's the fact that last time I took it, it was on May. I believe it was on May 6th. But after that, I left the country for about 3 months, and I just got back. So it's kind of like I cannot remember. I can't remember everything that I had to study before.
No, you're gonna have to do it again. Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to start from the beginning, start everything from all over again.
In a way, yes. But I want you to understand you were doing everything right. You did everything right. You studied, you took the test, you grew, you studied, you took the test, you grew. Like you're on the right track. You're doing everything right, but you're speaking to yourself as if you're not. You're saying you're coming, I can't memorize everything quick enough and fast enough, and I need to do this. Bro, you just jumped 15 points. And 8 points before that. You're literally doing everything correct. You need to trust yourself. You need to stop speaking to yourself as if you cannot do this because you are literally doing it. You've done it. You know how many people would celebrate the fact that they grew 15 points from one test to the next? And then you only had to gain 10 more to pass the next time? You jumped from a 37 to a 60. In the multiple attempts that you took it. You almost doubled.
Yeah, that's true. But
yes, that's true. No, but quit with your butt.
Yeah, I mean, it just the computer kind of shut off because I took it at a PSI. But I mean, I ran out of time, and I don't know if the next time, if if the same thing is gonna happen. I realized that it takes me like a little bit longer because like English is not my it's not my first language, but like when I read the questions over and over, I realized that I needed time in order for me to understand the question, that I need a little bit of time to get the right answer. And that's what I noticed on my third attempt, but I'm not sure if I can pass it on my next one.
I know you can. I can see the evidence that you can. You jumped 8 points and then you jumped 15 points. Yes, you can get faster. Yes, you can learn the material. Clearly, you can learn the material. You just need to keep going at it. Just keep going. Like, can you just trust yourself? You literally are doing exactly what you need to do. Taking the test, getting better. Taking the test, getting better. Taking the test, getting better. And there's going to be a point where you see that pass if you keep going at it. The one thing that's going to stop you is when you decide to stop. You stopped. You gave it up for whatever reason. I don't know if you had to quickly leave out of the country or whatever, but like you literally were growing. You were literally doing exactly what you need to do. You were literally getting better. And you took the evidence of growth, of gaining points and deciding it's not enough. Why are you sabotaging yourself?
I was watching Angela every time she had classes online. I would literally get out of work and go straight home so that way I could watch the videos. I mean, I tried for like 2-3 months straight just focusing on passing this exam, but for some reason I feel like I won't pass it. I'm not sure why, but there's I'm not gonna say a lot, but it's kind of certain stuff that I don't really understand it. I mean, I watch your videos over and over, and honestly, I can't find anyone better that really explain things. You are the best when it comes to explaining and teaching, but I'm not sure why I cannot understand. Maybe because there's a lot of definitions that I can't really get it well, or
Mo, stop. Stop, Mo.
Yeah.
You are repeating the same thing you have said to me numerous times. How long are you going to, you literally have the evidence that you can learn and grow and do better. You have that. You have that evidence. You jumped 8 points and then you jumped 15 points. You literally doubled your work from the next time to the next time. If you keep following that pattern, that means you're actually going to pass with like a freaking 80%.
Yeah, I mean, and in a way, like dwelling. I mean, if you see my scores are horrible. I mean, it's not the best.
Mo, do you see my face right now?
Yeah.
Stop speaking to the side you don't want. My scores are horrible. I'm literally sitting here celebrating your scores. Why can't you?
Celebrating my scores.
Yes, you jumped 8. You started at 37. That's like one of the lowest scores I think I've ever seen. And then you got to 45, and then you got to 60. Like, are you kidding me? That is so much amazing growth. The amount of like some people grow by like 2 points at a time. You grew 8 and then 15. You take it one more time, you're passing with an 80%. But you rather tell me that you don't know and you don't understand and you're not going to pass. Why are you doing that to yourself?
I mean, I wanted to pass, honestly. I really
do you actually want to?
Yeah, yes. Trust me. I literally just, I mean, as soon as I got back, the first thing I did when I went to work, they were telling me, hey, I guess it's time because, I mean, you know, I have to go overseas, see my family, whatever. But when I got back, the company I was working for, they were like, oh, you have to get your license. Otherwise, they're going to have to find someone else. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely I will have to get it. I mean, that's my only option. Otherwise, they going to let me go. But the fact is, I just renewed my membership yesterday, and I'm willing to, you know, like to study more, especially when it comes to homeowner and dwelling and the things that I really don't understand it. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know, like, I mean, I've been trying to take it, but I'm very close to pass the exam, but I don't know why I can't just pass it.
Because you're, the easiest way I could say this is you're cock blocking yourself.
Yeah.
You have the evidence. You literally are growing. You literally jumped 8%, 15%. You doubled your success from the time before. You brought yourself from a 37 to a 60. You're doing, like, if other, like in this Zoom meeting, if people are still here, can you hear me, or on the YouTube channel? If you jumped from a 37 to a 60, would you be celebrating that growth and happy that you made that big jump? Yes, you're not passing yet. Yes, you need 10% more, but you have already proven to yourself that you know exactly how to do that. You've already proven it to yourself that you know exactly what you need to do. You just decided to not do it again.
No, trust me, I'm doing it. You know, that's why, I wanted to talk to you today, but I honestly, really, I I wouldn't have a job anymore, I guess, if I didn't pass this exam. But I think I have no choice but to pass it. Yeah.
Can you believe that you will?
Yeah. I think I just need to have more time, I guess, to just understand the things that I'm missing.
You just need to keep doing what you've been doing. You literally, like someone just shared in the chat, I went down each time. So they took it and then they got a lower score and then a lower score. You are getting a higher score and then a higher score. You're literally doing exactly what you need to do. You're literally seeing amazing results, and then you shut it all down. So I would beg, I would sit with yourself, Mo, and I would ask yourself, why do I not want to pass? There is some reason that you are holding on to that says, I don't want to pass, because you have all the evidence in the world that you can. You have all the proof in the pudding that you can. If you had taken it one more time, doing what you had done, following the exact same pattern, I have no doubt you would have passed. So there's something within you. There's some sort of belief that you have. There's some sort of fear that you have that subconsciously is blocking you from passing. And so it's allowing you to have excuses that you can't learn and you can't study when you literally are exactly doing that. You had an 8% growth and then a 15% growth, and then you cut yourself off. So this to me feels like you are sabotaging your own success. And it may not be clear to you. You may not understand why. Like when I was talking to that one woman who had she already passed, she was doing all four: property, casualty, life, and health. And she was going to have her own agency. Everything was all set up and ready to go. She just had to pass the second test. And she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. And she was talking to me. She's like, I don't understand why I'm going to pass. I start digging in. I start asking her questions. She's absolutely terrified about running her own agency, being her own boss, and she doesn't know how it's going to work out. That was stopping her from passing. The fear of what it meant to pass was blocking her from being able to pass. Because yes, she was excited to have this opportunity, but it also meant she would now be working for herself and everything would rely on her. And her body was afraid of that. So it said, you're going to have to fail because we can't do that. That's too scary. So I think there's something within you that is subconsciously blocking you from being able to pass the exam. Because you literally have the actual results that you need to show you that you can pass, and you're sitting here telling me why you can't. And all I can see is evidence that you can. So what is blocking you? There is something there. There's something that makes you at your core say, I don't want to pass this exam. And I don't know that you're going to.
I've been trying to pass this exam for the longest, honestly. Believe it or not, since probably 2019. But after I took the course in Manhattan, I had an offer to work for New York State, and I kind of like put the insurance on the side, and I worked for a DMV for about a few years. Then I kind of like quit, or just it was kind of like I didn't really like the fact that I would just get in just a minimum whatever. So I kind of went back to insurance. But when I looked trying to like find classes, that's when first thing I put was insurance. You came out, and I kind of I registered to your courses, and I was like, wow, you're really amazing at explaining. I wish I had you as a teacher back in 2019.
Okay, what is the job that what is gonna change when you get this job? Let's say you pass the exam. What's happening?
Pretty much, I'm gonna have the agent license. So now instead we have renting a broker license from someone in order for us to do insurance at the office. Once I have the agent, I believe I could just deal with the insurance straight with them. Okay,
and what is that going to mean for you? For your job, your money? What is that going to mean for you?
It's going to be money-wise. It's going to be better for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I find that after taking the agent, in order for me to do the broker license, I have to wait another few years and take the exam for the broker.
Sure.
So that's what they're planning to do at my job. So have me take the agent and wait another maybe a few years and take the broker license. So I'm trying to do it step by step, just to get the agent license first, and been trying since June. June 15th, 2023.
Okay, so I don't know if we're going to get to the root of your issue, other than to know that I'm fully feeling like you are the one who is sabotage. Do you know what sabotage means?
Kind of, yeah.
It's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You have grown. You have evidence that you know that if you study, you will grow in points, and you only need 10. You only needed 10 more to grow. You had all the evidence that you can do this, that you can pass, and you chose to see, I can't do it instead. That's the story that you walked away with when you have clear evidence that you can grow, that you can learn, that you can get more points. So I would encourage you to listen to this conversation that we just had. One, it's already on the YouTube under the live. If you go to live, you'll be able to replay it, but I am also going to upload the pretty version on Zoom. But I need you to listen to yourself talk to me, and I need you to uncover what the heck is buried there, because there's something there where you are sabotaging your own success. You're shooting yourself in the foot, and maybe you can hear it after listening to yourself talk to me. But you have all the evidence that you need to know that you can pass this exam.
Yeah, I actually I sent you an email about maybe 6 months ago, and you looked at our profile, and you told me on the email you have everything on resume, but like you haven't finished pretty much everything. So you told me like to need to finish everything on on the profile, then get back to you. But I haven't really finished everything in fully because there's some stuff that they add, but it's not a lot of questions. But I'm struggling when it comes to coverage like commercial or like dwelling, homeowners. Those are the only things that I'm really cannot understand fully.
You don't need to understand it fully.
No.
No. You keep whatever you did before to grow 8% and to grow 15%. Just keep doing that. You don't need to fully understand commercial to be able to pass the exam. You don't need to fully understand any of it. You just need to understand 70% of it. Keep doing exactly what you did. You said you were watching videos on repeat. You were spending your time doing it. You grew 8% and then you grew 15%. You can do this. Trust yourself. Trust yourself that you can do this. Trust yourself that you are doing exactly what you need to do, because you are.
Okay.
You don't need to fully get it. You don't need to understand it. You just need to choose the right answer. And there's you can guess well, like if you've got to trust that you are getting the knowledge in your mind, because you are. You literally have evidence of it. And I would encourage you to dig into your feelings and your emotions and talk to yourself about why you shut down when you had all the proof in the world that if you just take the exam one more time, you're gonna pass.
Right.
You were doing exactly what you needed to do. Exactly. You grew, you learned, you grew, you learned, you got higher scores each time, doubling almost what you started with. That's freaking amazing. Celebrate that. Trust yourself and pull off a pass this next time. Okay. And I need you to re-listen to this conversation. I need you to hear you the way that you speak to yourself. You literally are talking yourself down when you were literally like growing so much, doing so much, all the evidence. There are people who sit and study and grow no points. They get the exact same score. They get like a 60 and they go and they study and they spend hours watching the video. They spend hours reading the stuff. They take it again. They get a freaking 60 again. And you jumped so much in points and you decide it doesn't mean enough. You got to believe you're enough.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Re-listen to this conversation. Go under the live tab on YouTube or listen to it when I load up the pretty Zoom version. But you need to hear this. You need to hear how you're speaking to yourself, and you need to decide that you're going to speak to yourself much better and that you're going to celebrate your successes. Okay, I'm sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. I don't know if you're still on video with me. I'm looking at my phone, but you're probably here.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All the loves, all the vibes. Okay. All right. She is the intern's queen. I honestly love it. Yes. Okay. So I don't know. No one else had their hand raised here, but I have childcare for the next 12 minutes. So if there's anyone else who wants to speak or say anything, I'll take it. You got 12 minutes. Otherwise, I'll scroll through. Okay. Go ahead. Jazz G.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. Hey, everyone. So I have tested twice so far. The first test was in November, and I got a 57. And then I tested again, I think like 2 weeks after the initial test, and I got a 63. And I feel like before I'm testing, like I have a little anxiety going on. And then, I feel confident, like, okay, I feel like I know it. And then when I get the test, it is just like so different. And it's like, okay, or I might remember a question, but it's not the question that I remember. Like all the stuff that I remember is not on the test. It's the stuff that I don't remember that's on the test.
Okay.
So that's where I feel like I'm struggling.
What was your score the first time? I'm sorry, I missed that.
A 57.
57 to a 63, you said?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, you are growing. That is evidence what you want to, when you can see that your score is going up, this is a good thing. When are you taking it again?
December the 30th.
Okay. And when was the last time you took it?
It was the end of November.
Okay. All right. So you have plenty of time, more time than I would actually recommend. I think you should. I think most people should shorten their attempts. Most people give themselves more time, but you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. You've studied, you've learned the information, you're growing in points. And so this is where you need to trust yourself and not make that exam bigger and scarier than you are. So when you sit down to take the test, I would highly encourage you to do, I don't know if you heard the conversation I had before, do some deep breathing so that you can calm yourself down. And you state that, you say, when I take the test, I remember, like, I feel like I remember the things, but then they ask me things that I don't remember. I want you to visualize between now and the next time you take the test. I want you to visualize you sitting down, taking the test. So this is where you like play a movie in your head of you sitting down to take the test. And every question that pops up, you go, I remember that one. And then you choose the right answer. I remember that one and choose the right answer. So you're setting yourself up for success. You're putting yourself in the mindset and the vibration of being able to pull off a pass. That is very, very, very powerful. But you need to trust yourself. You've grown. You went from the 50s into the 60s. That's exactly what you need to be doing. You come back out. You continue to study, continue to learn, continue to grow. Take it again.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a fear that do you feel like there's any bigger fear that you're carrying?
I guess it's just the pressure, kind of like what everybody else was saying with deadlines that the companies is giving. And my company, luckily, they do pay for the first 3 attempts. So I didn't have to pay for those. So anytime after that, it'll be out of pocket. But, you know, they're buckling down on everyone come February, I think, where if you don't got it, you know, they may be having a different conversation with you. So it's just like, oh man, like I don't want to have to, you know, keep taking this over and over and worrying about the job. And it's just, it gets a little overwhelming.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is, again, what is meant for me cannot be taken from me. If it is taken from you, it's not meant for you, and it opens the doors for something even better to come in.
Right.
So you have to harness that belief and trust that. And remove the pressure. There is no pressure but the ones you put on yourself. Like, I mean, right. I get it. I understand, but you have to believe that you are a strong, amazing, incredible human being that is here on the planet to live out your desires. And you're not going to be confined by some stupid rules that somebody has about how many times you're going to pass the exam. You're so much bigger than that. You're so much more magical than that.
I agree.
Okay. Can you own that?
Yes, I can own that. Okay.
Own that. Sit and visualize yourself recalling every question as if like, oh, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. And then even if you go to sit down to take the test and you don't remember, I want you to pretend that you do. I want you to be like, oh, I'm guessing correctly. I'm guessing correctly. I'm so good at guessing. I just got that one correct. Because it's about the energy that you're in when you sit to take the exam. If you're in the energy of fear and pressure and worry and doubt, the result is going to be fail. If you're in the energy of I've got this, I'm so good at this, I'm amazing, this is a done deal for me, the result is going to be a pass. And even if it's not a pass, if you grow, celebrate. And if it's not a pass, then you trust that, again, what is meant for me cannot be taken from me. And if it requires multiple attempts for me to get through this, then it's exactly what I need. Trust in the journey. Trust in the process of you getting to this point. It may be a blessing in disguise that you lose this job for the next opportunity that actually pops up. You never know. But if you trust that your life is magic and miracles, then it becomes magic and miracles. If you trust that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you, you know that everything is always working out in your favor.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions. I just wish everyone good luck on future testing, and we got this. Just think positive, and we got it.
You got it. You got it. I'm sending you all the loves and vibes to pass the exam. You've got this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Sarah, you got 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you again. Mine will be a quick question. My question is that, like the quizzes with the goals, are they coming differently? Like, do you have to purchase this one different apart from the goal?
Wait, slow down. Say that again.
Okay, yeah. I said the quizzes that come with the goals.
Yes.
So I don't know if you purchase that one differently or they come together with the goals. Like
Yeah, okay.
If I try to, yeah.
So we have $97 gold, which is all the videos you need, most tested topics, and underneath each video is like a small quiz. And that's perfect for most everybody. If you desire to have extra quizzes and extra practice exams, there is a bundle for $137 if you want it. But I try to get everyone to minimum $97 gold if you can. Only if you want extra practice questions should you get the exam bundle if you want it, but it's not required. At a minimum, 97 gold is perfect. Chef's kiss for everybody.
Thank you. That's what I want to know.
Okay. And if you get gold at 97 and you decide that you do want more questions, there is a coupon inside gold that will allow you to buy it at the same price, like the bundle price. Because technically gold plus the quizzes is like 140 something, 150 something. But if you buy it as a bundle, it's a little bit cheaper. But even still, if you get gold and then you buy the quizzes, then you get to get a discount anyway.
I see that.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. You're so welcome. All right. So to the people watching live on YouTube, hello. I have not been following the comments, but I see Errant Protocol has been answering all of the questions. Thank you. And then over here, I haven't fully paid attention to the chat because I've just been focused on answering everyone's questions, but I don't think anybody had a question in here. You guys are just kind of confirming, the conversation. So perfect. All right. So hopefully this conversation shows you that a lot of this comes down to the inner language that you have when you talk to yourself. You need to empower yourself. You need to speak life into yourself. Instead of speaking, I'm a failure, I'm not going to get this, this is too hard, it's not meant for me, you're speaking power into yourself. I'm amazing. I'm going to pass this exam. I have this promotion. I know how to study. I know how to learn this information. Melissa's the best teacher ever. She's in my ear. She's giving me all the things I need. I know I'm pulling off a pass. That is such a different language. And it's very powerful. They literally have done studies where they take a plant and they speak negative words to the plant and they tell the plant that it's awful and then the plant dies. And then you have another plant and you speak life into the plant. You tell the plant that it's beautiful and it flourishes. You have to understand your mind is the same way. So whatever you're feeding your mind is what your mind is going to produce. So if you feed your mind negativity, you feed your mind failure, you feed your mind negative fear, doubt, worry, that's what it's going to produce. But if you can feed your mind love, you can feed your mind excitement, you can feed your mind, the fact that you're a powerful, incredible, amazing human, then that's what it's going to produce. So the choice is up to you to take ownership of the thoughts that are going on in your head and what thoughts you're going to feed yourself. Okay. If you need any additional help with what we're talking about here, I have a whole playlist on YouTube called Mindset. And I talk about a lot of this stuff and I use a lot of different examples and I feed life into you about how you can be the master of your mind and feed yourself wonderful thoughts and how you can be the owner of your life and that the desires that you have, that you want to have a big, beautiful life, they're available to you. It's available to you. I had a belief that teachers should be poor forever. Now I make millions helping people. How many of you, you're so grateful that I'm here and I get to make millions from that? That's amazing. How many of us hold a belief that we can't make millions of dollars, that somehow it's too far from us, is not possible for us? More than helping people pass the exam, I want you to know that you can rid yourself of that belief. I have a whole other YouTube channel, by the way, Melissa May Dillon, where I talk about your mindset about money. And I help people shift their perspective about how you can actually make as much money as you want to make. You can have the things that you desire. You can have a beautiful life. You can impact the planet in the most beautiful way. So if you're even more curious to talk about that, go to my other YouTube channel, Melissa May Dillon. It's on YouTube. You'll see a picture of me. But anyway, I love you all. I'm going to go have some dinner with my baby. You guys are amazing. And the video is available. If anybody here wants to replay, the video is already available under the live tab of YouTube. But I'm also going to upload this clean, beautiful version on Zoom. So I love you all. I'm sending you guys all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. You guys have an amazing day. And I'll see you. Go check me out on Melissa May Dillon YouTube channel. All right. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Recording stopped.